Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to tell you an inspiring story about one of the Sahabiyah in the time of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Are you curious about the story? Let's check it out this video. Women at the time of Prophet were not only good at kitchen and household affairs. They were active in learning Islam, memorizing the Quran and Hadith, teaching the reading and writing of the Quran, and were good at poetry. Not only that, they also played a major role in fighting for and winning Islam on the battlefield. Some acted as nurses, doctors, provisioners, and couriers, and some even went directly to the battlefield riding a horse with a spear. If we recognize the figure of Khalid bin Walid as the sword of Allah from man, then there is a female figure who has the same nickname, called the woman of the sword of Allah because her incorrect and throwness similar to Khalid. She was Khaulah bintu Azwar, the Iron Maiden. Khaulah participated in many battles with the Muslim army, including the battle against the Romans. In the battle against the Romans, Darar bin Azwar, Khalid's brother, was captured by enemy forces. So Khalid bin Walid and his troops were determined to save Darar. On the way, Khalid met a member of the cavalry who carried a spear. Nothing was visible from his limbs except his eyes. He rode quickly by himself without paying attention to what was happening behind him. When Khalid saw the cavalryman, he said, "How great! Who is that cavalryman? By Allah, he is indeed a cavalryman." Khalid and his troops continued to follow the man until they reached the limit of the Roman army's defense. Once there, the mysterious equestrian figure immediately attacked and tried to break through the ranks of the Roman army. He screamed until his screams ravaged the Roman troops. In just one turn, he had come out with his spear covered in blood. He had managed to kill and knock down a number of troops. The Muslims were in doubt as to who this warrior was. Rafi bin Amirah said, "Surely this warrior is comparable to the figure of Khalid bin Walid." Then Khalid watched his troops one by one. Then Rafi said again, "Who is the warrior who went ahead of you? Indeed, he has risked his salt and blood." "By Allah, I don't know him either. Indeed, what he did has amazed me," Khalid said. "Oh, Commander," said Rafi, "indeed he threw himself into the midst of the Roman army stabbing right and left." Khalid then said, "O Muslim, bring all your strength and help the man who is fighting to defend the religion of Allah. Let go of weakness and build strength." While the Muslim army was talking, suddenly the figure came. He was like a shining star. His horse walked in his footsteps. When anyone tried to approach him, he tried to avoid and stuck his spear into the chest of the person who wanted to approach him. He continued to do so until he reached the Muslim ranks. The Muslim immediately surrounded him. They asked him to tell his name and remove his head covering, but the man would not answer. After Khalid repeated his question many times, the man finally won to answer Khalid's words, while still wearing his head covering. "O our leader, the reason why I don't want to reveal myself to you is because I'm ashamed of you. You are a great leader, while I'm just a weak woman who must cover it. I'm doing this because my heart is burning and I feel hurt." "Then who are you?" asked Khalid. The man replied, I am Khaulah bintu Azwar. I was with the woman of my people, but suddenly someone came to tell me that my brother had been taken prisoner by the enemy forces. So I rushed on my horse and did what you have seen. Hearing that, Khalid and his soldiers shot, then went into battle. Khawlah also joined the attack with them. She continued to fight until her brother was rescued. Khawlah showed courage and skill on horseback, which was rare for women in her time. She learned the art of war from her brother. Darar bin Azwar was one of the Muslim youth who was very adept at swordplay and horseback riding. Besides being talented in military, Khawlah was also good at poetry. His poetry stirred the soul of anyone who heard it. He was the top poet of his time. She sang verses that touched the troops, and she tried to find and rescue her brother, who was captured by the Roman army when the Yarmouk war was war was still raging. Oh my brother, if only I knew in which desert they threw you, if only I knew with which spear they pierced you, or with which sword they killed you. Oh my brother, your sister has come to redeem you. Do you not see that your sister will forever see you after this battle? Oh my brother, you have truly left in your sister's heart an ember that will never be an extinguished. Had I known you had met your slain father, then I would have conveyed my greetings to you until the day of meeting. It was from this poem that the Muslim army was determined to continue looking for Hawla's brother, Darar, who was captured. Until Darar's whereabouts were known, Khalid sent messengers to rescue him. Finally, the two brothers meet again. Hala's story also breaks the assumption of feminists who think that women in Islam are constrained, oppressed, or their role is marginalized. In the domestic sphere, Islam places women very noble for their role as wives and mothers educating generations. In the public sphere, women also have the right to study knowledge, teach it, educate, and foster the Ummah, preach, and even fight for Islam as men do. Islam places women according to their portion. Islam doesn't recognize equality. However, Islam is very fair in placing men and women according to their respective capacities. This harmony and synergy is what makes men and women not competitors, but work together according to their roles. The courage of Khawlah, who was not afraid to face the enemy, is very exemplary. The warrior doesn't cry. Islamic fighters must be thought and resilient like Khawlah, firm on the path of truth, though against falsehood. May Allah enjoy us to continue to stand firm on the path of faith and be steadfast in fighting for the establishment of Islamic law until Allah calls us home. Amen. Okay, thank you for listening. I hope you find it useful and inspiring. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Today I will tell you about an amazing person named Khaulah bintu Azwar. So let's start the story.